Welcome back to Nobody Told Me This Part Caregiving, Loss, and What Comes Next. I'm your host, Shelby Della Rosa. Today's a standalone episode, and it's actually part one of two. Let's take a breath together and begin. I have a friend, Diane Cunningham Ellis, who taught me a phrase a while back that I've not stopped thinking about since. Don't should on yourself. I love it because it's funny enough to make you smile and true enough to make you wince a little, both at the same time. And today I want to tell you a story about exactly what that looks like when it's happening to you in real time because I've lived it and I didn't even know it was happening until years later. The phone rang and it was my kid. There had been an accident. And here's the detail I want you to hold on to because it matters more than it seems like it should. Kid was the one calling me, which means said kid was conscious, talking, able to dial a phone and get words out. Logic should have told me right then that whatever had happened, my kid was okay. Not great, maybe, but okay enough to call. Logic was not what showed up. I have no memory of driving to that scene. None. My kid was actually surprised by how fast I got there. And later that day, I told a couple of friends about it, laughing the whole time. Can you believe me? I said. Total helicopter mom. I don't even know what came over me. It was a good story. Easy, tidy. Gave everybody, including me, something manageable to file it under. It was a long time before I let myself look at what it actually was. Here's the should I want to name today. Not the big obvious ones like, you should be over this by now. A quieter one. You should be able to explain your own reactions in a way that makes other people comfortable. We should on ourselves constantly. We should have known. We should be handling this better. We should be able to narrate exactly why our body did what it did on demand with a tidy little bow on it. And most of the time, we picked up those shoulds from absolutely nowhere in particular. Nobody handed us a rule book. We just absorbed it somewhere in the trenches. So let's go back to that parking lot and that laughing apology because I think it deserves a second look. What actually happened in my body that day wasn't overreaction. It was 15 plus years of a nervous system trained very specifically to treat a certain kind of phone call as the beginning of a crisis that needed everything I had immediately. That training wasn't dramatic or excessive. It was appropriate. It matched my it matched my actual life for a decade and a half. So when the call came, my body didn't pause to check whether this particular emergency needed that particular response. It just ran the program. Drop everything, get there, handle it. That's not a character flaw. That's not me being an anxious mom. Well, not entirely. That's the body doing exactly what it was trained to do in a moment where the training didn't quite apply anymore, and it had no way of knowing that. But here's the thing I actually want to sit with today. It's not just the reaction I want to talk about. It's the laugh afterward. Why did I turn around and perform silly, overreacting mom for my friends when what had actually happened was so much bigger than that? Because somewhere along the way, I had decided that was my job. Manage the moment so nobody else has to manage their discomfort about it. And if I had to fall apart, do it later, quietly, alone, if at all. Nobody sat me down and taught me that on purpose. I taught it to myself. which is exactly what shitting on yourself looks like up close. Here's what I want you to hear today, and I want you to really let it land. You don't owe anyone, including yourself, an explanation for what your body does. You don't have to make your own trauma responses palatable so you feel more comfortable around you. That laughing apology I gave it because I thought I had to. Because the alternative, standing there and saying that scared me more than I can put into words, felt like too much to hand to another person, or even to hand myself. Try shooting on yourself about that for 1 minute. See how it feels. Doesn't feel good, does it? You're allowed to have a reaction that doesn't make immediate sense to you. You're allowed to not know why your body did what it did. You're allowed to skip the tidy explanation and just say, that was a lot, and leave it there. Even if the only person you're saying it to is yourself. Diane's phrase has stuck with me for years because it's so simple and so hard to actually live. Don't should on yourself. Not about your reactions, not about your timeline, not about your feelings, not about a single thing your body did to get you through something impossible. That's today's piece. The shoulds you hand yourself. Next time, we're going to talk about the other half of this. What happens when the shoulds aren't coming from inside you at all? When they're coming from everyone standing around you, with all their opinions about how you should be grieving, healing, deciding, moving forward. No one's going to ask something a little different of you. But today, I just want you to sit with this one first. Thank you for being here today. Please remember, healing isn't about fixing your old self. It's about learning who you are now. And who you are now doesn't owe herself a laughing apology. Not for her reactions, not for her grief, not for a single thing her body did to keep her alive through something impossible. Until next time, take it one breath at a time. Take good care of yourself. And friend, please don't shit on yourself. Not even a little. Not today. You've already begun. If you're interested in working with me, please visit my website at shelbydelarosa.com. The link is in the show notes. Thanks for joining me.